Upbeat, slightly mysterious intro music fades. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a mind-bending story that blurs the lines between reality, dreams, and something else. This is the story of Eve Reiss and her last days in the human world. It all starts in 2068. Eve, a self-proclaimed introvert, finally achieves her lifelong dream. She leaves the noisy chaos of New York's East Coast behind and travels to Kenya to become a forest ranger. Peace, silence, and caring for wildlife. It was everything she ever wanted. When she arrives, a retired ranger picks her up and drives her 15 miles into the sanctuary. The warm welcome from the local staff and a taste of their delicious Kenyan carrot soup makes her feel right at home. As the sun sets over the savannah, she feels a profound sense of peace. This is where she belongs, protecting the circle of life, even with its inherent dangers. But that night, things take a strange turn. As Eve sleeps, she feels an ice-cold touch on her thigh. She's paralyzed, unable to move. An image of an old man appears, crying without tears. A scent of gasoline and seawater, which strangely smells like lavender, fills the air, and she gets a vision of a ship on fire. She forces her eyes shut, waiting for dawn. The next day, she asks the old ranger if her room is haunted. He just smiles and asks, "Did you pray to God, my dear? You'll need it." While surveying the area, he mutters warnings about rebels and pirates. Eve spots something unsettling, a pit with what looks like blood on the windows, but the old man doesn't seem to notice. She stays quiet. Back in her office, a sudden loud growling erupts right in her ear. She tries to ignore it, but the sounds continue, growing into a cacophony of animal cries, as if she were in the middle of a zoo gone mad. She feels like she's floating in her chair as phantom animals fight to the death. Then, silence. A single whisper echoes. "Cry, woman, cry for me." A wave of nausea hits her, and she vomits from a pain she's never felt before. Suddenly, she wakes up, on an airplane. But this isn't a memory. The plane is breaking apart. Walls and windows shatter, and people are thrown into the sky. She witnesses two men shoot another passenger before leaping out themselves. Then an explosion erupts right in her face. "Ms. Reiss, wake up. Rest is over." Her boss's African accent pulls her back to reality. She's in the sanctuary, safe. It was just a nightmare, right? They get a call about an injured tiger with strange lumps on its legs. As they approach, the tiger is poised to attack. Her boss readies a tranquilizer gun. A pig runs behind them and the tiger gives chase. They fire. The tiger, in a last burst of energy, lunges and shoves Eve with incredible force, reminding her of her roughhousing brother. They fire another dart, and the great cat finally goes down. As they transport the tiger, Eve looks into its eyes and sees a flash of its past. A mad police officer burning down a zoo with himself inside. The vision is terrifyingly clear. She has to ask, what is the history of this place? She asks her boss. He hesitates, then says, 2 years ago, my dear, there was a terrorist attack. They hit the gum factory first. The terrorists were disorganized, but so were the police. They had advanced weapons, lasers, enough to kill half the population. He points to the old gum factory, now overgrown with vegetation, a home for venomous snakes amidst the toxic chemical residue. After setting the tiger free, Eve is back in the office, trying to finish paperwork. A young boy walks in, unresponsive. She follows him as he heads for a door to another room. But when she steps through the doorway, she finds herself not in an office, but standing in a warm mud pool with pigs. Behind her, a herd of elephants is stampeding. Gunfire and laser blasts erupt. She's shot in the heart, but the bullet passes through her and hits an innocent child behind her. She's in shock, watching the chaos unfold. She tries to stop the gunman, but her hands pass right through them. She's a ghost, a witness to a massacre. Then she wakes up again at her desk, 2 hours before her shift ends. The memory of the day's events, the dreams, the visions, it's all a blur. Chewing on a piece of gum, she walks home, only to see another vision. A boy with a bag running, his mother praying as she's attacked by terrorists. A car bomb explodes nearby, throwing Eve to the ground. She can't hear anything but a silent scream. Masked men with guns pour into the street. They spot the boy from her vision. As they aim to shoot him, Eve tries to intervene and gets hit with the butt of a rifle. Loyalist soldiers arrive and a firefight breaks out. A soldier grabs her. "Ma'am, can you walk?" But she can only stare, seeing his face morph into the fluorescent lamp above a hospital bed. "Ms. Reiss, can you see me clearly?" a nurse asks. She's been in the hospital for 2 days with a leg injury. "How's the boy?" Eve asks desperately. The nurse is confused. "What boy, ma'am?" Eve lets it go, just hoping he's safe. As she sips her tea, the ground begins to shake. Giant drills erupt from the earth, and the entire hospital building is pulled underground. Pitch blackness then. Flashes of light, choppers, gunfire. A man with a Scottish accent pulls her up. "Gotcha, miss." Covering fire. He looks familiar. He shoves her toward a helicopter, and they lift off, escaping the chaos. On a TV in the evacuation center, a news report mentions a newly formed terrorist coalition, the East African Coalition. Her boss turns it off. "All I know is what I see, and that is enough," he says. That night, in the relative safety of the hospital, Eve is reading a book. 1922, a jeep tumbled, crashed and smashed by a herd of elephants, ... double quotes. As she reads, she hears the distant trumpeting of panicked elephants and the sound of engines. Life is imitating art. A little later, screams echo through the building, the sound of unimaginable horror. Under her door, a neon greenish-blue liquid seeps in, accompanied by smoke. The door opens to reveal a horrifying creature with skin like a blue octopus. It spits acidic saliva. Paralyzed by fear, Eve falls from her bed. The creature touches her, and a searing, icy heat engulfs her. It feels like she's melting. A blast takes the creature's head off, and its acidic blood splashes across her face, burning her. Then total darkness, a silent, empty void. She calls for God, but there's no answer. A neon hand grabs her arm. A voice, first a woman's, then a man's, speaks to her. "Woman, look at me. I've been rescuing you from this chaos. Your body cannot be used for eternity. It has been deformed. You are dead." The voice offers her a new life, a path where she can continue her passion for animals, but she must forget everything from her human life. Eve, exhausted by the chaos and the pain, has found her own kind of peace in her work. But this offer, ... this is a different kind of peace. "Let's do it," she says. A brilliant light engulfs her, and her memories of Earth, the wars, the visions, the pain, all fade away. The human world she witnessed turns to ruins, ravaged by a new kind of warfare, creating monsters both inside and out. And Eve, she opens her eyes to a new reality, welcomed by every animal that ever lived, ready to start again. What a journey. It really makes you think about the thin veil between our world and the nightmares that can lie just beneath the surface. What did you all think of Eve's story? Let me know in the comments below. We'll try to write stories based on your comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the unknown. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.